Welcome, BC Show, Season 1, Episode 8. Today we're going to go over some baseball. We're going to go over the heat wave, a couple of stories from the barbershop. Definitely going to go over my fantasy draft that we just did a couple hours ago, and that was a tough one. And get ready, Episode 8. Hit it.
Welcome to the BC Show, hosted by Ben Chapman.
Boom, 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 bop, bam. Bing, bop, bing, bop, bing, bop, bing, bop, bing, bop, boom,
Yeah.
boom, bop, bam.
Okay.
Bam, boom, bop, bam.
This what we done?
Bop, boom, boom, boom.
Oh,
Bang,
yeah!
All right, welcome, Episode 8. Let's get into this. Football's back, preseason. Week 1 is done. It's completed. It went about how we thought it would. I mean, there really wasn't any great games this week. Got to see some players stand out a little bit. There was a lot of good quarterback play. There were some starters that played. There were some starters that didn't all throughout the league. But we'll get into that in a few minutes. And then we're going to go over my fantasy draft that I just did. Literally, we finished it a couple hours ago. So it's today's Sunday. I was going to do this on Saturday, but we just moved it to this afternoon. I had to come up here anyway. So I kind of wanted football to finish out. I wanted to watch the Cowboys last night, take a look at this defense. But let's get into baseball. Right, man, our Rangers are still 2.5 games back. That's great, man. We could really catch them. But guess what? We're 61-64. 3 games under 500. We fucking suck. I'm so fucking over this. I don't understand. We kept everybody. We're going to stand pat, make a run. Could they make the playoffs? Yes. We're not going to win, though. Doesn't matter. This team is not good enough. They're so injury prone. Our farm system is not that great. It's kind of depleted. We're drafting people. We get guys that get a lot of praise, and then once they get to the big leagues, they don't show up. I don't understand. I really think we need to revamp the scouting department. We need to get rid of some of these contracts we have, which it looks like we're stuck with them. Our owners are not spending money, so I have no idea what's going on. I mean, Tampa Bay's in first. They're 5.5 games up. The White Sox, who sucked last year, over the last 2-3 years, completely revamped the farm. And then they made some trades. I mean, not huge trades, but they made some good trades. They made a push to try to get this team in front. Man, they're 65-58. You got Cleveland right behind them, 5.5 games tied with the Tigers. The Tigers dumped a bunch of people, and they're still only 5. They're 1 game below us, so they're only 5.5 back. Minnesota's sitting there at 6 back. Get into the West, of course, the Astros are up 2.5 games on us. We're up 2.5 games on Seattle. I don't know how they're not doing better, honestly. I don't know what's going on there. Atlanta's in first in the National League in the East. They're 7.5 in front of Philadelphia, who did make some big moves. They've won 3 straight, 6-4. You've got the Brewers, who are just coasting along at 76-48, and the Cubs made some moves too. They're 4.5 back behind Milwaukee, but they're 72-53. They're standing pat, right there, just kind of floating along, doing good. They've lost 2 straight, but they're 6-4 in their last 10, so that's pretty good. The Dodgers, who are actually 5-5 now over their last 10, they were actually on a losing streak, but they're still 24 games over 500. They're 74-50. They're the team to beat. Padres made some moves. They're 8 games behind the Dodgers at 66-58, but they're still hanging there. And then you got the Diamondbacks right on their tail at 8.5, so they're half a game behind the Padres. So, we're getting there. This season's ticking up toward the end. We'll have a better idea by the end of the month going into September. It's going to be some tight races. Looks like about 124 games. So what is that, 40 games to go, 38 games to go pretty much throughout the league. It's going to probably be between 39 and 41. There's always a few that get off. But we'll get a little more into baseball as we go. I mean, through next few weeks, I don't even know. We are half a game out of the wild card at 3 games under. I don't even understand. The American League this year is just, they are staggering along. I don't even know. They're just kind of going downhill lightly. But actually in the National League, no, you got a bunch of teams. They're all over 500. The Reds, who are 8 games back, 8 in 8th place for the wild card, they're the only that's where the under 500 starts. Actually, the Pirates, I take that back. So the 7th down. The Cardinals are there at 63 and 61. So it's going to be kind of fun as they look for the last 3 teams to get into the playoffs for baseball. But it looks like most of the league leaders in the division, they're probably going to hold pat and go. I mean, it is what it is. Baseball gets a little more exciting. It's kind of that dead period with football starting. You got, basketball's around the corner. You got ice hockey around the corner. All those camps should start, I believe, at the middle of next month, late next month. And then baseball starts picking up, especially with the playoffs. Last 20 games are always pretty good through the regular season. It's just these mid-40 40 or so games. That's just how it goes. But Rangers, I don't understand. Hopefully we do a lot of stuff in the offseason to take care of this, but we'll find out. And then we're going to cover a little bit of football, man. It was actually a pretty exciting week of football with it all getting back. I was trying to pretend this heat's not here, man. We were definitely into a little streak here, but let's look at the schedule real quick of what went on this weekend. I took over the scores. Week 1 was pretty solid, man. We saw Cincinnati and Detroit. Burrow played. He looked okay. Jamar Chase looks to be in midseason form. They were up over the line 16-14, so that was good. You had Pittsburgh over Green Bay 28-9. I mean, I didn't see anything stand out in that game. I think Jordan Love got in. I don't know if Love got in or not. I can't even remember. I can't look this up. I really didn't even realize the Colts and New England tied 13-13. You don't really play for overtime in these games. You just let them end out. Arizona did some good things with Love, the rookie. Beat Las Vegas 27-14. They had, what's his name? Brissett looked pretty good. Marvin Harrison Jr. made a good catch. Man, that's exciting to see finally. The Chargers beat Houston 27-7. Whatever, I don't really know much from that game. San Francisco lost to the Titans 19-13. Went into Friday. We watched a little bit of the Denver game, Atlanta. It's 27-7. Nothing really stood out there. Tampa Bay Jets 24-16. Just regular old preseason game. Washington 20-7 over Miami. Just regular, whatever. Actually, Malik Willis of the Dolphins, man, he's playing. I think that's going to be a good signing with them. You know, they're trying to sort through their receivers. That's going to be whatever. I think the tight end there, Dash, however you say his name, he ought to do all right there. Carolina, Buffalo yesterday, 29-14. I'll tell you what did stand out was Josh Allen and DJ Moore. They are going to be a phenomenal pair this year. They weren't in long, but, man, them two, the connection these guys are getting, this is what Josh Allen needed. There's no excuses this year. DJ Moore is a number one. He's backside end of number one now, but I'm hoping you get the best out of him this year. Chicago and Cleveland. Chicago's putting up points, man. They're going to score a lot of points this year. And actually, Deshaun Watson of Cleveland, that game was 34-10, Chicago. Deshaun Watson actually looked pretty good. They had a few little KC from A&M, their receiver. They've got that kid all over the place, man. He is fast. They're going to do all right. Minnesota, the Giants, Jackson Dart, of course, got checked for a concussion again. But they look fine, man. Minnesota, Kyle Murray, he moved down there. His only drive got into a field goal. I do know that. Jacksonville, New Orleans, didn't really see nothing there, 24-20. Baltimore, Philadelphia, didn't see much there, 24-7. Dallas and Seattle, didn't really see much of the starters last night of Dallas, but the scheme looked good. Dallas won 17-7. We really typically don't win too many preseason games, but I really like what I saw. Of course, it's going to be real vanilla being preseason, but it looks like we're headed in the right direction. Milton had, I think it was 107 yards passing. I don't know who the hell the leading rusher was with 42. George Holohan, that must have been Seattle. I don't know who that guy is. Zach Wilson, though, of New Orleans, 145 yards, man. He was like the second pick of the draft a few years ago. Who else looked good that did stand out with the Rams? I didn't bring this one up. I actually skipped over them. The Rams beat KC 20-12. Ty Simpson, man. The one everybody gave everything shit about during the draft. They drafted him in the first round. Kid looked legit. Man, he was on the money on the passing, pinpoint passing, everything. He had 190 yards. He looked fine. Again, it is preseason. It's always hard to say, but that's just how it goes, man. It's just, Katron Allen from Penn State with Washington, he had 85 yards. He looked good. I really like this kid, man. That's one thing I wish we would have got him with the Cowboys, had him on the backside. Mike Washington Jr. of Las Vegas. I want to say L.A. He had 63 yards. He looked good, too. Another rookie kind of stood out. And actually, Anthony Richardson's senior quarterback of the Colts, who was kind of written off, he had 145 yards. I think he ran a little bit. He looked good, too, man. He's out to prove. He's probably going to get hurt. That's the big issue with him, but that's how that goes. But is that just typical week 1 preseason? Heading into the next week, I think we'll see a few starters. We won't see any starters in week 3. That'll be the guys on the backside of the roster. We've got 2 games on Thursday, Houston, Vegas, San Francisco, and the Chargers. I keep saying I want to say San Diego. Los Angeles is still weird to me. Friday night, we got Pittsburgh at the Jets at Pittsburgh. You got Carolina at Jacksonville. You got Green Bay at Denver. It'll be kind of fun to watch Friday night. Saturday, we got a whole slew of games, man. We got Washington, Detroit. We got Buffalo at Cleveland. Atlanta at the Colts, Baltimore at Minnesota. We've got New Orleans at the Rams, Giants at Miami, Chicago at Cincinnati, Philadelphia at New England, KC at Tampa Bay. We got the night game with Denver at Arizona, or Dallas. I wish we played like Denver. We'll see, though. We'll find out. I'm still sticking with them, man. We got Seattle at Tennessee on Sunday night, so that'll be our first Sunday night game of the year right there on Fox. So that'll be fun. Finally get to hear that. I don't think there's a whole lot going on in Week 3. If there's any Sunday, I think there was some Sunday games. I'm clicking forward, man. Excuse me. Now there's only 2 on Saturday. Most are on next Thursday, Friday on that third week before they break before the season. So that's about how that went. I mean, nothing extravagant, but hey, football's back. We got college starting in a little less than 2 weeks. I believe it's 13 days now. Fantasy drafts are getting going. And, man, we're getting excited. I'm pushing toward the fall. We got a little less, right at a month before it's fall. I don't know if we'll have fall weather. But it looks like we're going to have a hot-ass week this upcoming week. But let's go ahead and break for our first sponsor. It's Steer Republic. They do restoration. They're friends of mine, Greg Renfro and Kerry Sullivan. They were one of the first people that jumped on board with this. We want to say thank you. It's helped make this possible. But any of your restoration needs, and Kerry's got a long line of stuff getting done with construction and everything. And him and Greg started this up a couple of months ago or so. I think about 3 months ago. Greg's a great guy. These guys, if you have any kind of restoration needs, please give them a call. Check them out. I've known these guys. I am 50 years old. I've known these guys for 38 years. And they're stand-up people. They're probably a little bit of the furthest out, but they are local. But give them a call if you have any of your needs for restoration. And it's Steer Republic. And from the BC Show, we want to say thank you. Check them out. And that was our first sponsor of the day, Steer Republic for restoration. And again, thank you again for the BC Show. I know I said that a minute ago. I'm just letting you know we appreciate all our sponsors. And again, check any of them out. They're all on the website. www, I was told to say this, .thebcshow.com. Check them out. All right, let's get into this fantasy draft. I had my first one today at Noons in person. This is a big league. It's about a $3,000. It's not about, it is. It's a $3,000 pot. And there's 12-team league, and it went about as expected today. I didn't see anything crazy stand out. It's my buddy Jeff's league, who is the huge 49ers fan. And let me point this out real quick. We brought this up today. The Cowboys have won the more recent Super Bowl than the 49ers. And on that topic, what do we always say? The 49ers suck. Check it out on the screen right here. Again, 49ers suck. That's right. They're going to have a rough year this year. We'll find out. They've got a decent roster, but they're so injury prone. I mentioned this today. I just hope they didn't miss their win. I do hope they did, but I understand. They may have missed that window. They may not have. Who knows? But let's get into this fantasy draft. I had to help draft for somebody who's out of town today. That is hard to do, juggling your draft and their draft and doing it right. You know, a lot of people won't, but I tried to stay to the sheet on the guy that I did. He had the first overall pick. And let me put this on the screen right now. I'm going to pop this up just for a few seconds to show our draft board and check it out right now. This is how it went. I mean, you're not going to be able to see it during the whole time here, but I just want to pop it on there. Here it is, right here. And that was our draft board. We had a little delay there, so hopefully we got it right. I didn't let the camera lady know what was going on, so here it is. As you saw on the board, the first pick, which I was drafted number 1 for my buddy, and actually it was for the mayor. I guess I was his secretary today getting all this done. Pro Tem mayor, excuse me. So I actually drafted 8th overall. I was a little concerned on mine, but we took Gibbs, and Gibbs went 1, Bijan 2, no surprise there, Nakua 3. Jackson Smith, baby, he went 4. You had my buddy Jeff take McCaffrey. Cannot let those 49ers go. Then you had Chase go at 6, St. Brown at 7. I went up there. This is where I was debating. I actually changed it on the way up. I took A-Chain at 10. Or I'm sorry, at 8. I got sold on him the other day when the coach was saying they're going to run him 40 to 45 times a game. That's not going to happen. But if they get that guy 30 touches a game, 25, 30, I mean, they may put up some stats. And then Miami is supposed to be terrible this year, but the offense, they don't have a lot of receivers. But Willis will do some checkdowns. He's looked good in preseason. And I don't know. I got changed. I went up there. I took A-Chain over. I was going to take Jonathan Taylor. That may have got me. I don't know. We're going to find out. Then it went Lamb. Then Taylor went. James Cook went, of course, 11. And Genty went 12. And on the turn, we went Genty and McBride. Derrick Henry went. Justin Jefferson. I was so wanting him to fall to me. I've been watching him closely this last couple of weeks through camp and stuff, man. I think he's going to have a phenomenal year. I really do. Bowers went right before me and then went out of my went out of my element again. I grabbed another running back because they are going fast this year. I feel like with how I went later in the draft, there's really not that many left. I took Barkley. Injury prone. The dude could be a stud. He's getting on the backside of this. I think he's 29, but I'm hoping he puts up a grade. I didn't want to take two older guys. When I say older, Taylor, but the running backs age a little quicker. Maybe Barkley's a little bit younger. I don't really know. Maybe 28, 29. But I took him, and then, Collins went. Then on the turn back there for my buddy, I had to draft London and Rice. They were the highest people on the board, so I took him. We're just going to jump to mine. I took Flowers with my third pick, Zay Flowers. I'm not big on him, man. They just paid him, but I think there's a new OC there and everything. The offense is supposed to go around him. So we're going to find out. I mean, that was the next receiver I thought was on the board to take. I was looking at Devontae Smith, but already had Barkley, so had to jump on Flowers and give it a try. Then I waited on the turn to come back around. I've been wanting this guy. I'm big on Waddle this year. I really think Denver's going to use him a ton. Then I went to the 5th round, and I took Hurts. My buddy was laughing at me over that one, but he's the 3rd highest rated quarterback. And I figured with having Barkley, I was worried about them doing the push. Of course, they get inside the 2. They do that a lot. So now I've never really looked at this all the way, because Hurts does run the ball and he does throw the ball. So now with having Barkley back there, it's like if they don't hand the ball off, Hurts runs it, then he's got a touchdown. If Hurts throws it, he's got a touchdown. If he gives it to Barkley, he's got a touchdown. So anytime somebody scores with them two on the field, I'm guaranteed a touchdown. I had to take Hurts. It makes too much sense. I was going to take Daniels from Washington. I always try to spread everything out, but this time I just kind of put it together and it just made sense. It's like if them two are on the field and anybody scores within the pass or run, that route, I'm golden. That's great. I think it was a great pick by me. First time. Then I came back around and took Brian Thomas Jr. He had a big year a couple years ago, but I don't know, man. I don't know if it's going to work out or not. We're going to find out. I hope so. I had to roll the dice. I took Fannin at tight end. Came back around and took Aaron Jones. Man, the running backs are gone. I mean, these now we're down to scraps. Aaron Jones, I grabbed him. Took Blake Corum in the next round. I mean, I think Kyrie Williams is going to get hurt. Then I took KC Conception. I guess that's how you say his name. He looked great yesterday, so I had to grab him. Then rolled the dice, took Quentin Johnson. Then it was like, hell, we might as well take a defense. I took the Seahawks. I was debating between them and Denver. I just went with the Seahawks, man. I still like them. Then I saw him on the board. Trey Tucker is the number 1 of the Raiders. Got Kirk Cousins there. He's going to spread the ball. And in first pick of the draft with Fernando, if he gets in, but they're still going to go with Cousins. So roll the dice with Trey Tucker, which was a big deal last year in my league. Then I turn around, another running back with upside later on if he comes back healthy. Zach Charbon, Charbon, however you say his name, from Seattle. He's going to be the starter, I think, if he's healthy later in the year. So I might as well just grab him and stash him for now. Then I took, is it Malik? I can't even read this. Malik Washington. I think he's the number 1 for Miami. To grab him in the 15th round out of 16 was pretty good. Then I took the kicker, Santos. I just pretty much put my hand down. It's like highest scoring offense. It's what they're trying to be. Not saying they will be. Ben Johnson. They're going to move the ball, going to have a lot of scoring opportunities, so whatever. Kicker's not going to save or make me either way. I'll grab him off the waiver wire. I do need another backup quarterback, but we're going to work that out later. We'll figure out. There's some guys that I wanted to draft that are actually on the waiver wire, but that's how the draft went. I'm not for sure if this is a winning team or not. I normally do pretty solid. We'll find out. My buddy, this cannot get updated online until we have one more person sign up. He's out of the country right now, but once he signs up, we'll get this in and we'll get draft grades. But my buddy Scott ran this through earlier. He had to come up here. We had to do a haircut. Him and his son. That's why we came up here and knock everything out today. He ran it through his deal. He said, Gino, the first pick, or the first overall, team 1, which I drafted, team 2, and his team were the top 3 teams. And it had me finishing 9th. I love that crap, though. I'm sitting there, I hate getting a low draft grade. But we'll find out through. It just depends on where it's ran through as well, because all the points may not have been updated, just may have been standard. But we'll find out. I mean, I really like my team later on the way it went. I like team 1. I'm going to be upset if that one wins. That team 1 that I drafted ended up with Jahmyr Gibbs, Drake London, Rashee Rice, ETN, love that dude, Burden, who's supposed to be the number 1 for Chicago, and Drake May. Then grabbed the tight end and Kyle Pitts. Then we got Golden receiver, Jacoby Merritt, whatever, Crosby Merritt from Washington. He's technically the starter, may not be all year. Then we've got Lemon, Number 2 for Philadelphia. They love to use that receiver. That's a rookie receiver. Then I took Mason, who is the backup to Aaron Jones for him. So I feel like Mason's going to get a lot of carries. Then I took Juwan Jennings he's from Minnesota. Damn, I didn't catch that. 2 guys from Minnesota. Whoop, there's my little slip there. And then we took Shadiq or whatever, the tight end. He's a huge Jets guy, so got to get him 1 Jet. Took Tyrone Tracy. Scatterboo's probably going to get hurt. Then the Packers, whose defense is supposed to be pretty solid, and Bucker, he may move on from them, may not. But it's a pretty solid draft. But it was fun today. I hate getting this big money league out, though, this early, but we had a good one. We got 2 next Fridays after my daughter's graduation. We'll get that one. That one's going to be fun, but that's me drafting 2 different leagues, technically, 2 teams on the board, same time. It is difficult, but we're going to be scattered how it goes, man, but we'll find out, and we'll see how that works. But I'm super excited about football getting going and everything. We'll get a little more. We'll touch more into this fantasy later. We'll do some rankings. And we're going to go over a couple stories, man, from the barbershop this week. My wife's going to like this one in a minute. We'll go. Let me see. Which one do I want to go with first? We'll start with this one. We'll save the best one for last. We're talking about this. You go to eat these restaurants and all. It's a big deal. Who the hell orders filet of fish from McDonald's? This was a big discussion in here. I'm not eating fish from McDonald's. I know my mom used to order that crap. I think it may have been real fish 20 years ago. I don't know. But, I mean, what kind of fish is this? I mean, it's like a $3 sandwich. I don't know. I've never even looked at the price. $4 sandwich, filet of fish. Right now, I can just smell that. I don't think I want to eat that. It's a huge discussion. And then we had a couple of guys, well, sometimes I order the fish there. Who in the hell wants a fish sandwich from McDonald's? Shannon, do you want that from there? Would you order that? That's a yes? Head shaking no. She's pissed off. It's a little warm back here. What it is right now. But filet of fish. I mean, we discussed this in here for about 20 minutes. It's the stupidest ass conversations, but we kept all going back. We'll try this there. We've all eaten McDonald's on occasion, but my God, as bad as fast food's gotten lately, filet of fish doesn't sound fresh. I'm just saying. But hey, if you eat it, enjoy it. I don't know, but with hot sauce on it, whatever you got to do, hope you don't get sick. Not saying you will get sick, but it damn sure sounds like I'm going to get sick eating that. It could be the best thing ever, but I'm going to tell you what, I'm never going to try it. Just won't do it. But we're going to move on from the filet of fish. And here was another one. This is, hey, if you want to chime in on this one, Shannon, you can. In your opinion, how hard is it giving birth? This was a big discussion in here. Is it pretty hard for a woman? I agreed till we had this discussion. What hurts worse, having a baby or getting kicked in the balls? The pain when you get kicked in the balls? Every guy can attest to it. It's happened at least once. You've been racked. It hurts. And I believe squeezing out a cantaloupe out of your butt would probably hurt too for a baby. That's just the head, and the rest of it comes. I don't know. I would agree. I would put having baby pretty tough. And balls, it hurts getting kicked. But you know what? But I'm just going to say this. If it hurts so damn bad, why do women want to have more babies? I'll tell you what. We get kicked in the balls. We don't ever want to be kicked in the balls again. I'm just saying. So at this, I totally agree. Getting kicked in the balls, it's about this much more than a woman giving birth. So if they ever complain, what? Oh, women have a higher pain tolerance. I got you. You think that's true? If I throw this pen at you, you can take it? That would be assault, though, so we better not. I don't know about that. You guys kind of whine about a lot of stuff. I'm just saying. What do you think? And stay out of my podcast. We're not discussing this. I want to take you. You know what? You're going to be the next guest on here. How's that? We're going to have some discussions on this. I know it was a pretty interesting thing. It was funny, though, but I agree. I mean, whatever. This shit's kind of funny. But it was somebody brought this up and brought that to my attention. Those were not my lines, but those were great. But that's just kind of the shit we discuss in here all the time. Random stuff. I would like to go over some movies. I did see Spider-Man, but I'll talk about a movie in a minute. Don't let me forget that. But let's go ahead and break for our next sponsor, BC's Barbershop. I mean, I don't know. This guy's fucking nuts, but whatever. He cut pretty good hair here and there. Come by and see us at the shop in front of the podcast. I've been cutting 14 years. Try to do the best we can over here every time. Every cut to us is important. Take everything serious. Just come in here, and we want to say BC Barbershop. Thank you for being a sponsor of the BC. What is this? The BC Show. I almost messed up on that. No, but just come by and see us. I've been cutting my own shop now for 6 years, a little over 6 years. 6 years and, I don't know, 3 months. But thank you again. And come by and see us, BC's Barbershop, right here on the screen. And thank you again, BC's Barbershop, for the BC show. Now, come by and see us. Me and Hayden here, man. We'll try to get you done and get it correct the first time. We have a lot of returning people. Like I said, man, it's been great out here. The support I've always had cutting hair. It's awesome, man. We can do anything for the most part. I'm not dying. I'm not washing your hair, though. I'm going to tell you that right now. I gave that up a long time ago. But that is one of our other sponsors. We got 2 more we got to feature next week, and then I think we're going to get the run back right through them. I got 2 more next week, and we've got them all done through the first 8 episodes. So that's pretty good. I'm excited about that. And again, check out any of our sponsors, man. I've gone over them. I can't name them all right now. But any of these things, like I said, they're all great people. Check it out. It's on the website. And if you have any information, you can always call, text me. It's always easier. But I'll answer anything I can and always get a quote from any of these guys for any of these services that they provide. And we're getting back to the closing part of today for episode 8. 2-A-Days started a couple of weeks back, man, and they've been doing I actually had another coach in here. They've been doing the little, I can't remember what it's called now, the little new gauge thing. And if it's too hot, you got to move inside. I know one of the schools locally, not here in Wiley, they've had to wait and push the practices off a little bit because of this. They don't have their indoor facility open just yet, but it should be in the next couple of weeks. But it's the first time where their practices actually could be delayed because of this humidity, the wind, how hot it is. It's crazy. It can't be over 92 with everything factored in. So it's pretty crazy, but it is hot, man. It is what it is. This upcoming week's supposed to be the hottest it's been yet, and then it's supposed to start going down a little bit. So we'll find out. I mean, I've seen some 107s this week. Won't be so bad if the heat index is 110 and it's not 125. It's been roughly 12 to 15 over every time, but yeah, it is what it is. Spider-Man, I saw that on Wednesday. It was actually pretty good, man, and I didn't fall asleep, so I was excited about that. There's a couple other movies. The End of Oak Street, I'm going to go see that, I think, sometime this week. May go see it tomorrow. But Spider-Man was good, man. I really enjoyed it. Looks like it's setting up a little bit. I wish the villain was a little bit different. That was my only – I'm not complaining. I want to see a little more of a little more just, I don't know, a little monstrous more into it than just who it was. I don't want to give it away if you haven't seen it, but it is a good movie. Really enjoyed it. It was pretty entertaining through the whole thing. It always kind of kept you in, so I didn't feel too bored ever. So they did a great job filming. It was great, and I'm looking forward to was it Doomsday or whichever one it is coming in with Dr. Doom coming up in December. They let out a preview of that yesterday, so man, I'm really kind of excited about that one. Let's see what else. We're not going to have any guests for just a little bit longer. I'm letting it cool down. Like I said, I had it insulated in here, and it's helped, but it's just not quite where it is. Now I'm probably going to have to get another little AC on top. My AC is actually running great. I've got some leakage somewhere of air going out, so it's not just that. It should be cooler than that. That's not making it higher. My wife is pointing stuff out like we don't see the light, but it's not just that. But we'll get that taken care of. We'll have some guests probably in about 4 more episodes, give or take, maybe a little less. I don't want to promise anything, but sometime soon. And then probably going to do weekly guests for a little while. I got a lot of guys wanting to come on and talk football, and then we'll cover their careers or whatever else is going on. Maybe even more stories. I got all kinds of stories. And with the 2-A-Days, though, I know Wiley East just did a scrimmage last week, so they're all gearing up. By this week, by Thursday, Friday, every high school is a scrimmage. And then the season starts the following week. I mean, we are right here. I'm ready to go, man. I'm excited. Then we have Walk-Ons just open. It's pretty good, man. It's Cajun food. Drew Brees owns it. It's really nice. It's lit up. And everybody be a little patient with everything. I mean, they've got so many new people working there. Everything may not come out right. They may not get you quick enough. They may sit you, may get the order wrong. It's going to happen. The first 30 days of any restaurant opening, it takes a minute. They're sorting out everybody working, during their shift. The cooks, this, that. They're overstaffed, and you got to get it just right. And, everybody's going to step on each other a little bit. But just have a little patience, man. It's great. And I did go opening day last Monday. I got there about 10:50, 10:52. Was up here. And then ran up there and wanted to slip in. I was by myself. So I think I was around the 30th person inside or so, which they opened at 11, but they were letting people in. They had all kinds of activities going on outside. Then they gave out 100 lanyards with numbers. I ended up with number 59. And like I said, they weren't really in order. And the one behind it was number 7. I was almost asked for it because it was a number I used to have when I was younger on one time in 6th grade. And I decided to just keep it, ordered my food. And they were like, hey, they're giving out prize for whichever one they picked that day. It was a year of food or a year of free food there or whatever. So they're going to do it at 7 o'clock. When I got up there, they were like, hey, check yours on the way or during the evening. So around 7, I'm outside cleaning up chicken poop, which I have to do daily, or just clean it up a little bit. I try to keep everything nice and clean as much as I can. And then we got my daughter got a text from somebody in a group chat, one of her friends, and we've known her a long time, saying that I won. I was like, and then Kaylin came out and told me, hey, you won. I'm like, no, I didn't. Whatever. And then she's like, hey, no, look, there's this picture. There's your number. Show me the picture. I was looking at it. It's number 59. I'm like, man, that's AI. Y'all stop. Get out of here with that. Because I had sent a picture earlier in the day, and I think my tag was in there, so that's the only reason. Then a few minutes later when I'm done, I go inside. I'm like, looked it up. Like, holy crap, I did win. My daughter kept telling me, but I don't believe her. And then I was like, so funny, man. So I actually, 1 out of 100 people, 1% chance, ended up winning. It's exciting. I don't ever really win anything, even at the casinos or whatever. So it was fun. Ended up winning technically a year of food, or my meals. Ended up with $1,200 in gift cards, man. 12 of them. So I had $1,200 worth of gift cards for walk-ons, man. It's amazing. It's awesome. I love it. I can't even believe it. So I guess I'm going to be eating there a little bit. I ate there 3 times last week, but only used the gift card once. And then I'm going to take a break for a minute, but it was good, man. I enjoyed it. I'm glad it's here. And I think that's going to be it for today. I'm not for sure where we're at on time. But I want to tell everybody thank you tuning in. And remember to like, subscribe, follow. Please share, do whatever. Keep watching these videos. I think we're getting it down to where we want it now. And we're going to start flowing a little more. And like I said, I don't have my exact schedule, but I'm going to try to do Saturday nights. I don't really want to come up here on Sundays, even though I am today, once football gets going. So I may try to do a little recap. We'll have a little delay the way we're going to do it, but I think we're settled in. And then whenever I have guests, I have to kind of work around them as well. So that's more important than my schedule, so we'll do that. But again, thank you. I think right now we're flowing a little bit. We'll get more story time and everything. And thank you to all our sponsors. And today it was Steer Republic Restoration, BC's Barbershop. And thank you to all the others we have and it's making this possible. And everybody relax. It's hot. My wife's over there rolling her eyes because she knows that getting kicked in the balls is a hell of a lot harder than having a baby. I'm going to point that out. So women, pain tolerance. You're damn sure if you got pain tolerance, I guess they gave you all that extra for pain tolerance. Tell you what they didn't give you is enough patience. You guys are not impatient as hell. But no, thank you again. And we'll see you next week. And just remember to do something good.